Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Beefer, and don't you guys just love YouTuber apologies? We have some absolute gems like James Charles.
I've already told my truth about this twice. And instead of talking about it for a third time and explaining it and going into detail and pulling up receipts, it doesn't matter.
Logan Paul.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
And even Travis Scott.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night.
I don't know what it is about YouTube apologies, but it really makes my heart fill with joy. They're so bad, they're so scripted, and they're so sterile that you could tell that whatever the person is saying is not their actual words, or even if it is their words, they don't truly mean it. And there's one thing that almost every single apology video has, and it happens right at the beginning of the video. You have the almighty, that's right, the almighty sigh is the key to selling that you are truly hurt and you're truly regretful for whatever it is you've done. But we all know that most of these apologies are total BS, and it's just a way to save face and try to sweep the wrongdoings under the rug. So just like this apology, believe it or not, after months of silence, Will Smith has decided to apologize to Chris Rock for absolutely slapping the heck out of him. I wasn't expecting him to apologize. In all honesty, I completely forgot that the entire thing happened. But all in all, here we are, and I will watch it along with you guys. So here we go. I told you guys there was going to be a sigh, and there it is.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris.
So he says he didn't apologize to Chris because he, quote, fogged out and it was all fuzzy. He didn't even answer the question. Saying things are foggy or fuzzy, or that you were not in the right state of mind, isn't really an excuse for not apologizing right then and there. And like, what kind of tone are you setting for the rest of your apology video? In the first answer to a question is completely ambiguous and means nothing.
And the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
I guess you can give him a little bit of credit for finally admitting that his behavior was uncalled for, but I mean, still, it's how many months later? It's kind of like almost too little too late type of deal.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment.
As you see in this part of the video, he's apologizing to not only Chris himself, but other people who may have been impacted by the situation. And I think that highlights not necessarily the gravity of the issue, but how one of your actions can impact multiple people. And it's clear that Will was not thinking, or he even didn't care whether or not other people would be impacted by what he was doing. And I think it shows the complete recklessness of his entire thought process.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment.
So he says he took 3 months to understand the complexities. There wasn't anything complex about it. You took a joke the wrong way. You got up out of your seat and you slapped a man because you were offended by a joke told about your wife. It wasn't even targeted at you. It wasn't even a malicious joke. There's nothing complex about it. You literally just acted out of what you should have.
And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
So he's saying that he didn't think that it was the right way to behave, yet you behaved in that way. It's easy to say in hindsight that you didn't think that that was the right thing to do, but if you didn't think it was the right thing to do, then why did you go ahead and do it? That just makes even less sense.
There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
That's a bold-faced lie, because again, if you didn't think that that was the way you should have responded, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. Not to mention that he even goes on to give a speech after he wins whatever award. I don't even know what award show it was, but after he wins whatever award he won, he didn't apologize then. There's video of him at an after party. He didn't apologize there. You saw him happy as can be. He wasn't like, oh, I am deep in thought. I really shouldn't have done what I just did. He didn't care. He didn't care then. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is just an attempt to save face. This isn't something genuine. I mean, look, he's sitting in his studio with different camera angles, camera cuts, somebody showing a cue card with, I don't know, audience questions or something. This isn't something, you know, if you're actually apologizing to somebody, you're setting up a camera wherever and you're getting right to the point saying, hey, I messed up. I did X, Y, and Z, but I shouldn't have. In the future, and hopefully our relationship isn't messed up or whatever, I will do A, B, and C. This is not how you apologize. You don't have a full-blown production team putting something together in an attempt to apologize to somebody.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it.
Okay, so Jada rolled her eyes. She didn't tell you to do anything, yet in your head, you're like, I have to defend the honor of my cheating wife. So I'm gonna go up on here, on the stage, make a fool of myself, and slap somebody for telling a joke. I don't get it.
I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
There you go. He even says saying sorry is not efficient, which it isn't. Especially after 3 months, I think it's 3 or 4 months, whatever. Saying sorry isn't gonna cut it anymore. Even in the moment, apologizing by simply saying sorry isn't gonna mend any wounds. Like, this is a relationship that potentially is damaged for life, who knows? But the fact that you waited all this time and then all you have to say for yourself is, I'm sorry, I should not have done that. It doesn't take that long to say or figure out that those are the words to say. It truly doesn't.
What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me.
And especially when I saw this earlier, that it definitely not struck a chord, but I grew up like a massive Will Smith fan, just like many kids my age, my generation. I grew up watching Fresh Prince. I remember watching Shark Tales, Men in Black, but Will Smith was constantly on my TV screen, and he truly, as far as like my top 5 actors are concerned, like as far as favorites, he's number 2 behind Denzel. But after seeing him go up on the stage and do what he did, it was like, God, man, it's hard seeing somebody that you hold in a high regard do something so like down low and just stupid like that.
I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake.
So I want to pause right here. He says that he made a mistake, and I beg to. This is by no means a mistake. This is a conscious decision that had undesirable consequences. That's not a mistake. You didn't like trip and slap him in the face. That's a mistake. That's an accident. This, you in your head said, hey, I'm going to get out of my seat, walk up to this man, slap him in his face. You don't do that by mistake. I hate when people, when they do something wrong, they use this dumb, they say it's a mistake. No, you chose to do this, and the consequences were something that you didn't like. So now you're going to label it something accidental or something out of your control. It's stupid.
I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
I hope so. Well, I truly do, man, because this is rough to see, man. Seeing somebody who's known for just being like just a huge comedian, a funny guy, and then seeing him do stupid stuff like this, and then waiting 3 months to apologize. It doesn't take that long, especially when you know you are in the wrong. It's like, I can't even get over that. And then he has this weird sign, dry erase board in the back that says, "The world is sick. Love is the cure." Like, I think that also feeds into the fact that this is just complete like fabrication, and there's no authenticity to it, because you had somebody take the time to scribble that on the blackboard and keep it in frame. So it's like, oh my god. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my sort of rant and reaction, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.